refund check it today. Got that direct deposit into the bank account, which is pretty sweet. Be able to, do a little this and do a little that. Do some investing with it, put it to work. And I really didn't know too much about how the refund checks worked. Whenever you took out student loans as an undergraduate, I didn't really even start thinking about that till probably my junior year, when I was thinking about going to grad school. I talked to my boy Tony, and he took out loans to go to grad school, and he told me how easy it was, and how he was getting his big refund check to pretty much do whatever he wanted with. So yeah, I think it could be a really powerful thing. And how it works is you're borrowing money to go to school. So when you're an undergrad, and a lot of times when you're living in the dorms, you're borrowing what, 10,000 a year, 15,000 a year for housing, and you pay it straight to the school. But when you're living off campus, that 10,000 for housing, they just give it to you in a check, and you go out and you pay your landlord, and for your food, they give you your money for food. If you don't want a meal plan, they just give you your money for food, and they determine how much money they can give you for housing, for food. But instead of paying that food and housing straight to the university, and you never seeing that money goes to you, and the money for fees. Well, the fees go to the university, so your technology fee and your activity fees and whatever other fees, that goes straight to the university. But housing and food, transportation and books and anything that you buy, or not buy, but anything that you borrow, that goes in a check to you. And you get a refund check. Say you have more money than you need, so you take out more money in loans than you actually need. That the rest of that extra over the top. So if you borrow the max and you don't need the max, the rest of that money over the top straight into the bank account. And that can be a very powerful thing. It can be dangerous too. You can go out and blow it on dumb shit, obviously, but blow it on clothes, and you have access to, you see that big amount of money in your bank account, the $4, $5, $6,000 in your bank account, you might just go crazy. But I think if you use it responsibly and you invest it into yourself, into your future, you could do good things with that. Go out and start trading with it. Not all of it. You have to be able to eat, and you have to be able to pay your landlord. But that extra money that you have, try the stock market out. Start flipping shoes, flipping Jordans. Get into the baseball card game, or the basketball card game. Any way you can get a buck with that money, get to it. Not anyway. You don't want to be flipping. You want to stay out I don't think selling drugs, that's not long game. That's short game. That's I think a lot. Now that I think about it, probably a lot of people have used that to do that. I would stay away from that. I would try, if you're in school, you're trying to do it in between the lines. You're trying to do it the right way if you're in school anyways. So I would stay away from doing anything like that. But you want to invest it into something that's gonna, you're gonna get a return on, because you're borrowing all this money from the school, $50,000. You're gonna have to pay that money back anyways. So I think it's good that you can have that money and you get access to some of it, because it is smart to just borrow the minimum if you have to borrow the minimum, and have less money to pay back later. That's not a bad thing if you don't want to be borrowing thousands of dollars. That's not a bad thing. But not everyone has the the luxury of being able to pay everything off cash, or some people need to take the loans out. And if you're taking the loans out anyway, and you're gonna have to pay them back anyways, I don't think there's not. It can be a good thing borrowing up to the maximum, whatever your school determines the maximum that you can borrow is. I don't think it can be a good thing. It can be a bad thing, because you're gonna have to pay that back later. So you want to be getting a return on the money that you're borrowing. Like the interest rate on the regular unsubsidized loans is probably on between 5 and 7%, and then like the plus loans, like when you're in grad school, the plus loans is around 8 or 9%. So it's not super cheap money, but like you can get a 10% return. Like if they give you $1,000, like you can make $100 with that and get that return back. So like you can do good things with the refund check, and it really just comes down to like what your personal situation is. Like, am I in the situation where like I should be taking extra money out so I can put it to work, or am I just trying to keep my debt down as low as possible? Either one is good. Like whatever you think your path is good. You know, I'm borrowing not up to the max, but I took some extra out because I figure, you know, I'm borrowing the money anyways. I can get the return on the capital. Like I'm gonna get the cash. I can get the return on it. So, I mean, it's easy, easy to get approved for. You don't like you just have to have not adverse credit history to get the plus loans. Like I'm in grad school, so I'm working with the plus loans. But if you're an undergrad, like you're good, you have access to the money. So, you know, you just want to. It's like what's your risk profile? Do you want to take that risk because you're gonna have to pay this back later? You have to understand. Like I understand that I'm gonna have to pay this shit back later, but I'm pretty confident, like 100% confident that I will be able to pay it back later, and I can like use it right now to invest it in things that are gonna give me money right now. And so you just have to figure out what the best situation is for you. So that's about all I have right now. Like whatever you want to do with your refund money, you can do with it. I recommend that, like, if you are gonna get the refund money, like put it to work. You know, do whatever your objective is in school. You know, if you want to save up a bunch of money, or you're trying to learn an instrument, or you want to go meet people or whatever like that, you have capital to work with to reach that objective. If you're gonna borrow, if you're gonna be taking out the student loans and getting that refund. So if you have any ideas for any other videos, let me know in the comments. Send me a message. Leave a like, leave a subscription, and get back to you soon.